Beery, and I'm a children's cooking expert and a teacher and a cookbook author. I have one of my students here that's been with me since you were what, 5th grade?
Probably.
This is Claire, and Claire is now in 8th grade, and we are going to make some really fun, howling good Halloween treats, and Claire's going to start out by making the first thing, which is a delicious homemade pizza. Now today we've done a homemade pizza dough. Have you ever done that before?
I don't think so.
All right, I'm going to walk over here and get it. We're going to bring over what we need. And this is a pizza dough that's a yeast risen dough. And I made this about 30 minutes ago, and I want you to take a look at this. You are not going to believe how cool this looks.
That's cool.
Look at the color of it, too. I added a little bit of paprika to it to give it kind of a golden color, kind of an orange color for Halloween. So I'm going to let you do the honors here. I'm going to put this right here. And first of all, when you have a big batch of dough, it's filled with air because it makes it puff up. That's what the yeast does. So I'm going to have you grab a little of that flour and dust your work area right here with some flour. Be generous with it because you do not want that sticking to your hands. Perfect. A little bit more even. There you go, sweetie. All right, rub some on your hand. All right, now I want you to form a fist, and this is what you do with the pizza dough. I want you to put your fist ever so lightly into the center of that pizza dough.
Okay.
All right, punch her down. And it's going to deflate. Lift up, and all of the air goes out of it. Now what I want you to do is to rub your hands in that flour. Make sure your hands are very well floured. Key, floured hands. Now grab a little portion of the dough. Make sure that flour's on your hands. Just a little handful. Don't be afraid of it. Grab it. Pull it up. There you go. Grab one more little bit because I think you're going to need a tiny bit more for an individual pizza. Look how elastic that is. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
Rub it around in your hands a little bit. Plop it down on that board with the flour and roll it around. Turn it over and coat all sides with flour because that's what will keep it from sticking. Don't be afraid to push down on it because that pizza dough is perfect. All you have to do next is to form it in a ball and then flatten it out into a disc and flatten it out fairly flat because you know what's going to happen when it bakes. It's going to puff up because it's a yeast risen dough. And shape it in this, you could shape it in any shape you want, but a classic pizza shape is what? A circle. So do that. All right, do you like sauce?
Yes.
All right, pizza sauce right here. Put as much or as little. And remember when you're making your pizza to leave a little border of pastry around this way so that you don't have the pizza sauce falling off of it, okay? That wouldn't be a good thing. So just kind of do little swirls, and you know what? I have lots of kids that even like to use their fingers, and that's a great time to do it if you like it. So you've got your pizza sauce going on there, and now we've got some mozzarella cheese, which is the classic cheese pizza. I bought some sliced, which makes it easy. And you can just take the scissors, and I want you to trim the cheese to basically be the same size. And you may not have to trim much off, but it always makes good scraps to do little things like that, too. We'll save that for later, and you can use it or pop it in your mouth later on. But what we're going to do is to make a jack-o'-lantern pizza or a scarecrow pizza. And it really kind of depends on what it turns out to look as whatever we want to call it. The scarecrow pizza or the jack-o'-lantern pizza has some black olives that you can use interchangeably anywhere. Eyes, nose, mouth, whatever you want. Assorted color bell peppers, and you've got it. So think about what you want it to look like and start creating.
Okay.
It really is fun. You can do anything you want, and then we're going to put it on the bake sheet and pop it in the oven. Oh, that's a good mouth. I like that. I like what you got going there. That is adorable. Eyebrows, that might be a risky looking little guy there. He's kind of got a brow turned up, doesn't he? That looks really cute. Perfect.
Cut it a little bit.
Oh, now look how easy that is. And you know what, moms and dads? Scissors are great. A good pair of kitchen scissors are about as safe as anything in the kitchen. And there's lots of kids that are comfortable using knives and a lot of parents that are comfortable having kids using knives in the kitchen. But if not, a pair of kitchen shears is just what you need. Now comes the transfer time. We're going to take this little, what are we going to call this? A jack-o'-lantern pizza or a scarecrow pizza?
Let's do a jack-o'-lantern.
All right, we'll do this little jack-o'-lantern guy. Oh, we may have to reconstruct him, and believe me, what I typically do is have kids make this on the sheet pan. Now I'm going to bring it back over to you, and I'm going to let you put that face back because it kind of did a number on it when we moved it, didn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. Now take a look at what I've got this on. Can you figure out what this brown is?
I don't know.
It is an old shopping bag. And this is one of the things that I think is really important. You could use foil or you could use a Sil-Pat, but I think it's really important to think about reusing things. And I get tons of those bags every time I go to the grocery store because I don't carry my other bag yet. But anyway, I just cut this out to the shape of the pan, and you can pop it in the oven. Doesn't burn. It bakes beautifully. And then you're going to have to clean up your cookie sheet. So, are you ready? Does it look the way you want it? All right, we'll pop this in the oven. And you know how it is at magic time when you've got something in the oven. Oh, it's already done. Look at this. We'll put this one in to bake at 350 for about 10 minutes. And voila. We've got a precious little guy here. Doesn't quite look like yours, does it? But that's okay. It'll be delicious. And that is, I would say that looks to me more like a scarecrow pizza, wouldn't you?
Yes.
All right, thank you. I think that's a great little Halloween treat for many people or just for one people.
Yep.
All right? Thanks for helping, Claire.
You're welcome.
And guys and girls, if you don't want to go to the trouble of making homemade pizza dough, which by the way really isn't very much trouble and it's lots of fun, certainly feel free to go to the refrigerator counter at your grocery and buy these big size, the big biscuits, flatten them out a little bit just the way that Claire did with the flour, and they work beautifully as little mini pizzas.